Hello guys and welcome back to 10 Minute Critique. And today we're going to have a look at Willow O'Brien Long. Sorry, I had a look there. His photos today, and he's saying that he's been doing photography since 2016. And he primarily shoots railways, and he said any advice you could tell me where he could improve would be hugely appreciated. And I can happily do that for you today, Willow. It's not going to be the best, but it's something, I guess. So yeah, you guys can also get involved, just as Willow has, by going down the description down below, and sending in your top 10 images for me to critique. So yeah. Anyway, I actually haven't had a look at these today. I just saw that Willow had sent some in, and yeah, and I've probably actually seen some of these before. Because I mean, I did have a look, not a proper look actually. I just scrolled down a tiny bit and I noticed there's something for Swanage. Yeah. So first off, we're gonna have a look at the Union of South Africa here, in a very unusual shot, but it's creative and I like it. Now, personally, for me, I would have done something a bit different. I would have focused on probably the pistons and the actual rods of and the linkage of the actual piston here, personally. But that's just me. I think black and white is very interesting on this, because I think when you get to a certain level, it's sort of like from here, the actual balance of light works, and you can see the detail in black and white, and it works very well. When you get to about here, onto here, there's not much light penetrating there, so you don't get the sort of tones and the actual sort of texture and detail. So personally, I think black and white doesn't work up along here, so I think a bit of editing could have been done. I did do a quick take before, and I have noticed you have used Photoshop by having a look in a little bit of the data on here. So if you could Photoshop, bring out a bit of detail, maybe make it a bit more lighter down here, not too much, but bit, just a bit light. So just a bit more lighter, just so it's less unexposed down here. But I do like the creative shot I do. It may be me, I can't tell, but it looks like it's bulging in a bit, like a little bit of a sort of like that in a way. If you go into Lightroom, do a bit of a lens correction, you can remove that, and I can tell because of the way the track is sort of bulging out over here. Also, I would have gone to the end of the chair, so that's the little bit of the rail sitting in. I would have framed up from the bottom of there upwards. So yeah, maybe I also would have gone a bit more back. Personally, the angle down here I think is a bit too steep. I would have gone up so it's an actual side profile from the front of your buffer all the way as far as you can. So yeah, you are using a D5500, which actually is just like a miniature upgrade from my 3300, but still you can create some really nice images from that. So yeah, anyway, here we go. This is one of the images I have liked and noticed before. This is a 37 and also a 33 on the end, with 4TC set from the London Transport, London Underground. Sorry, not London Transport. It might have been in London Transport sort of red, London Underground red. So yeah, yeah, this was for the Swanage Railway Wareham service for 2017. Their test sort of year in a way. And yeah, it was wonderful time, and you've captured it quite well. So yeah, I've already seen this image before in the Swanage group that I'm in, but yeah, I do like this. Exposure's perfect. I've had a look already. You've shot in manual, as I could tell from where is it? Here, which is nice to see. I always like people who shoot in manual. It shows what you shows that you're thinking about the image. And you're sort of thinking about what you want to create, which is quite nice to see. So yeah, I like the angle along here. I do. You've gone for a bit on the side. The light's hitting it nicely. So yeah, personally, if you could have gone a bit more back, I don't know how far you can go back. I don't know this area quite greatly because I haven't been down here before. But there's a straight bit of track here, I know. And I would have gone as far as you could to the right, and I would have got it when it's coming down straight on. I think that would have looked quite nice. And you could have done that with your 55 to 200, and it's relatively sharp at 200. So yeah, went some air went down my throat. Ooh, so yeah, here we go. We've got an IVAT double header here. So this, what we've got number wise, 4, 13, 12. That's mid Hants, I think, and then 4, 13, 13. Ooh, Isle of Wight. Isle of Wight. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, I quite like this. I quite like this. I personally would have gone a bit more closer with this. Also, black and white. I don't think it would work on this image. So yeah, I like the way you're going about this. I do. You've gone for the wide angle, maybe a bit too wide, personally. But yeah, I like where you're going. I would have maybe gone down, just down here, sort of not trackside nearly, but near the fence along here. Or maybe down there, because then it's a bit more high and you could get a sort of nice angle on it. So yeah, I do like this. I do like what you're going for here. I can't tell whether the sun's probably over here somewhere. Looks like light's going across here. So yeah, or because I think you're using a 55 to 200, you could have gone isolated it a bit more, gone in a bit more tighter. So yeah, yeah, really, I think you've got the right idea. You've got the right idea. Maybe a bit more processing, maybe a bit in Photoshop could add, so that could make that oomph, maybe. So yeah, but you've got the right idea, and it's going well. It's going well. So well done with that. Ooh, here we go. This is quite nice. Where are we? Ooh, I've got to think now. Is this a hall? Or I don't know. That's a 7F, I think. There. I'm probably wrong. I can't. Ooh. Is this a hall? It's a hall. Maybe a manor. Maybe it's not a manor. People are screaming at me now. I don't know my GWR locos that well. So yeah, 5500 again, 18 to 55. We are at 38, 5.6. Personally, I would go as wide as you can in the aperture. I would, because then you can, then you have more of a shutter speed to play with, a higher shutter speed to play with. So yeah, personally, I always have it at ISO 400. As well, for my sort of day use. ISO 200 relatively for me never gets used, so yeah, but yeah, I like this. Although one problem I do have, and it's this little man here with his little arm taking a photo probably of this loco here. I think this actually could work quite well if you went back a bit, or a bit more wider, or you got it when the train, because I'm guessing it's coming. I'm guessing it's going backwards. If you got it when this loco was like here, and if you went back along the platform, you could have got this loco's front in, and also this as well, with the steam coming out of the injectors here, and that would have looked quite nice, I think. So yeah, black and white works very well on this image as well. So yeah, I think it's just that. I think just because it's moving, you got this man in here. It looks like a very generic photo you've just taken. Like, I'll whip out my phone, boom. If you get what I mean. So yeah, I think a bit of composition could have been done on here. So yeah, what we got on here? Ooh, hello. This is the Bully Gullah. Yeah, and this is the double header with 92 Squadron, and also Sir Keith. Yes, definitely. I couldn't tell. I thought that was a 1 for a second. So yeah. Anyway, so I like this. I do. Again, it's one of those sort of generic shots you always see here. I would have gone a bit more tighter in. I would have. Maybe just like boxed it around along here, personally, because I know what you're trying to do, but I think if you got it when the loco was coming closer, this shot would work nicely. I think it's just because it's too far away. It seems a bit odd in a way. So yeah, F8 wouldn't go necessarily with F8, nor ISO 160 personally. I would again stick to like 200, 400, probably 400. I'll stick with this. So yeah, I personally would go on the side. You can do nice front-facing shots. I'd go on the side with this. I would, just so you can see the the independent locos respectively from the side, because the sun does cast nicely from Corf. So yeah, I think the photo is a bit ruined by these people here. No idea why they're so many are sticking their heads out. But yeah, yeah, like this, like what I'm showing now. Something like this would look quite nice, but because it's a bit wide, and it's less sort of, it's not filling the frame. It sort of is a bit. There's less of an effect. So yeah, exposure wise, nailed it with that. So yeah, black and white I don't think would have worked personally. So yeah. Ooh, hello. What on earth is this? This looks to me as if it's one of those. Ooh, I know what you mean. I know what I mean. It's one of it's. Ooh, that's going to annoy me now. But it's one of these. It's. I know what it is. Ignore me. I quite like this shot because it gives it feels industrial. It feels industrial, and if we look down here, Bristol Harbour, down here, it feels industrial, and yeah, I think one thing that takes away from the atmosphere is the little fence right here. I think if you got up to the fence, and maybe what are you shooting at? 80, not 800. Yeah. If you got up to the fence, got a bit wider, you could have achieved the same thing, I think, without the fence in the way, and that would have looked quite nice. Black and white, funnily enough, as well, I think would look quite nice as well, bringing out a sort of industrial vibe. So yeah. Other than that, I do like the way the smoke's in. I do like the way this loco is nicely in shot, and it's also nice and sharp as well. So well done with that. I just think it's just this fence that ruins it. Maybe that as well. If that came down a bit more, then yeah. Really, I think again, this is a bit of composition that needs to be worked on. Ooh, hello. So this time we got Black 5 on Rail Tour, I think. And yeah, I like the angle you're going for on here. What on earth is that? I've just spotted. It's like a hand or something right there. I like the angle. I really do. It's again, it's something. It's something out of the usual. So yeah. Whichever way the sun was coming from, I would have shot that way. Whichever had the most light. Because again, it's lighting up the sides. So yeah, black and white I think actually would have worked quite nice on this. So yeah, again I would have gone a bit more closer. So something like this, like what you can see on here would look quite nice, I think. So yeah, I do like the side profile though. I do like it coming along the side there, and I think that works really nice. You've got the smoke in really well as well. I feel it feels a bit too dark. I have no clue why you're in ISO 2500. So yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to do night shots. I think 800, like 800 is always my sort of my no-go. Like I'd like to go in it, but I only go into it if I have to, and I think 2500 is a bit excessive for this shot. So yeah, I think black and white would have worked though, and yeah, I do get the sort of, I think black and white again would have created that atmospheric vibe, as this bloke's down here is quoting. So yeah, maybe doing the actual portrait shots, as turning your camera vertically, would be quite nice as well, because then you could just get it so it was like this frame here, which actually again would look quite nice. So again, it's just mixing up a bit of compositional elements to create different shots. And of course, if you did a close-up, again you could crop it to make a sort of portrait shot. So yeah. Oh, hello, got City of Wales. What was this actually? 1st of April. Was I there when 1st of April? I may have been. I may have been. Or was it the 2nd of April? I'm not sure. I was there at some point. I think it was the 1st. Don't quote me though. Anyway, I like this shot, but I would have gone wide. Now, I did a shot like this except with U-boat, and they'll probably put a image up on screen somewhere. In the field, I would have gone wide and done the exact same thing as I did with my image on this. But the great thing is, color exposure is on. Definitely, it's definitely there. Very well done. I just think going a bit more tighter. I think you've gone a bit. Yeah, 55. I would have gone to 60 maybe 70, pushing it a bit. So yeah, yeah. I think it just needs a bit of composition with this. It just seems a bit boom shot, taken at the last minute in a way. So I would have gone a bit more wide off to the left-hand side, as my shot shows, hopefully on screen. So yeah, but other than that, I do like it. Ooh. Hello, this is I like this. This is nice. This is nice. I do like this. This is nice. I do like it because you've got stop, look, and listen, and you've got all this background element that's all bokeh out or blurred out, which is brilliant. If you could, I would have left this a bit in frame because I don't like the way that's cut off at all. Your level, I can very much tell you that. I think black and white would actually work quite nicely on this again. Maybe if you did, this seems a bit meh, but if you went black and white and then made this red around the outside, again, that would work quite nice. But that is sharp. That's wonderful. I do love this image. I really do. So yeah, ISO 200, probably 400 here. F8. No, I wouldn't go F8. I'd do 5.6 if you could. So yeah, it's nice. It's creative. I like this image. It's wonderful. Beware of trains. Boom, trains in the background. Wonderful. I love it. The industrial look. Yeah, well done with that. Impressed. Ooh. I love this because it's 92 Squadron, and I love 92 Squadron. This is wonderful. Okay, ISO 100, probably wouldn't have done 100 here. Would have gone up to 200, maybe 400, or probably 400. Wouldn't have done F8. I would have gone as wide as possible, so then I could have a faster shutter speed. So yeah, one thing I do like about this is the smoke, how the front's sharp and nicely in focus. One thing I do hate about this location though, and I hate it, whenever I'm down there, I always wish, like, why are these so dangly? The telephone cables, why are they so dangly? And secondly, these little industrial poles, they look so industrial, they don't look nice, like the little old wooden ones. So whenever I come down here, it annoys me because of this. But in terms of ignoring that, I do love this image. If there was light on this side, lighting up the side, that would make it a bit more better because I find the sides a bit too dark. Although the sun is over here, shining on this side here, can't really help it at all. One good bit of framing though, good bit of composition that I can tell you've thought about is getting the signal in, and you've done it perfectly, just at the right time, not too late, not too early. So yeah, that's wonderful. On that again, front is nice and sharp. Maybe black and white could have worked quite well with this. So yeah, but other than that, I do like this. Do like it. I think black and white actually would have worked quite nice because you've got the black in the smoke. This is relatively grey or black because there's no light there at all from the side anyway. So yeah, it would have looked quite nice, I think. So yeah, good, nice one again. And that wraps up the images of Willow. So in terms of things where I think you can improve, I would definitely I'd definitely play about with different compositional techniques. I would definitely sort of play about with editing a bit more as well, and trying different, like trying black and white, and then when you're in black and white, bringing out blacks, bringing out whites, bringing out detail a bit more. playing with a bit of clarity as well. So yeah, I think it's just finding the right spot. I think it's just finding the right spot, and then of course adapting accordingly to that. So yeah, I think you've done really well from for the starting out in 2016. And that's personally when I started out in. Oh, I started out in late 2016. I did. So yeah, there are some wonderful shots in here. They are a few which again could be improved just by either going in a bit more tighter. Just again, it's just composition stuff. So yeah, this one I do adore. I do love this one. That's quite nice. This one again is nice again. So yeah, guys, go down in the description down below. There'll be a link to Willow. Go and check out his photos. Definitely do. I actually haven't really checked out Willow's, but I will do now, and I'll follow you. Definitely. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that's going to be 10-minute critique. If you want to go and send yours in, definitely do down in the description down below. You can get involved in the next episode of the series, or you can get involved in the series in general. So yeah. But anyway, guys, I'll see you soon. Take care. What do you think of the critique? Put it down in the comment section down below. Obviously, so guys, take care, and yes, goodbye.